Hi everyone, welcome to Train Simulator 2022. Today I'm going to do an extension off the Minneapolis-St. Paul light rail system that I've been creating for the past couple years. Here and there I've just been adding stuff, and recently I've just been adding more and more and more and wanted to show it off. So in my previous video I showed off the green line, which goes from downtown Minneapolis to downtown St. Paul. And today I'm going to show off the blue line, but instead of starting at downtown Minneapolis, I'm going to start at the Mall of America, just to kind of show what it looks like to go into downtown Minneapolis, which is a pretty cool view. And of course, since our weather hasn't been as cooperative right now, even though it's spring, I decided to make it overcast snowing, because why not? It's Minnesota. And it will kind of give a cooler view on everything, especially what I like is some of the trees, they took all the leaves off and has that snow on there, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, here's, so this is all from kind of Google Docs here, which is the Mall of America here. So this is the south side, but the light rail itself is on the north side over here. So we're going to go ahead and go into the depot, we'll get everything set up, and then we'll get on our way here. So this is the depot here where you get this is the Mall of America Transit Station. Of course, there's some buses here too. But what we're going to do is set this up for the blue line. So similar to the green line, we're going to turn on the ignition switch, turn the battery on, and the pantographs, and then the main switch, which kind of just turns everything else on. And then we'll also set up the destination board. So for the line, as you may recall from the green line, setting it to 82, we'll set it to green line. But we're going to set it to 81 for the blue line. And our destination, we'll put 710. For some reason you have to do it twice. It's kind of a glitch with this pack, but yeah, 81 and 710 is going to set it to blue line going to Target Field. The other thing I'm going to do too is, so this line itself goes, starts off here at the Mall of America, then goes to the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. So Terminal 2 is above ground, and then it will go through a tunnel, which will go underneath Terminal 1. So what I'm going to do is also turn on the interior lights and the cab light as well, just so we have some light when we go through that tunnel. And since it's snowing, you might see there's some raindrops here. Let's turn on the wipers too. So we'll just turn that on just so there's not all those droplets there. Alright, so now all we have to do is go forward and we should be ready to go. So right now we're at Mall of America Transit Station. We're going to be going north and then westbound. I'm actually going to slow it down a little bit because this part technically is supposed to be like 5 miles per hour, so slow down there, but we'll speed up once we get this way here. Here's the cool outside view leaving Mall of America. And right here is, I think it's just a big parking lot. It didn't seem like on Google Maps there was a lot of cars there, so I just left it blank, but I assume it's just parking for the mall here. Yeah, we'll slow down a little bit here. So now we're going to approach 28th Avenue Station. You might notice here it says outer, so a lot of the green line that we drove was the inner stations, which is going to be, say if you're going south, in this case on the blue line, or east on the green line. So outer is going to be the westbound stations. And once again, we'll press U to open the left doors. If I press O, that will open the right doors. So as we're going north here, we're gonna then turn this way to go west. Some of the key buildings here, like the Crown Plaza Hotel and some of these other bigger hotels or office buildings over here. So our next station here is Bloomington Central Station. Sorry, I was pressing the wrong button. There we go. Those level crossings you'll see on most of the intersections for the roads. So that one's just a generic train simulator level crossing. As we get into downtown Minneapolis, there's this Frankfurt U-Bahn pack that will have more like stoplights. You actually see those stoplights coming up at the little crisscross over here. So this long highway right here is 494. But we'll stop at this station first. This is American Boulevard station. Cool to have all the roads and the cars actually working here. So for instance, like this is one of those packed stoplights, so that car will stop there. And then if there are any cars on this side, they'll also stop. It doesn't look like there are right now, but we're going to go a little slow through here because there are some turns. And once we get past this crisscross here, we should be able to go a little bit faster. Alright, so now we're going to be approaching the first airport terminal, which is Terminal 2. This is Humphrey Station here. So it has this cool little canopy. Typically there's, I just put stairs, but I think there's an escalator that would go up here and then into the parking ramps. But fortunately, Train Simulator does not have a escalator, so I just put these kind of loft stairs here. And I made this station a little busier too, just because there's going to be a lot of people going to the airport. Alright. So now we're going to be going into the tunnel. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually switch into a different train, because actually what I'll do first is I'll start with this train, and we'll turn on the bright headlights so we can see a little bit better. One thing I had to add, because if I didn't add this thing, it just makes the tunnel look all light and it doesn't look very realistic. So there's an asset called tunnel occlusion volume. So right now, like that's what this is going to look like if you don't have that. But as we go into the tunnel, it's going to get a lot darker, which is kind of what I wanted to have it feel like. And if I switch to a different train, what's kind of cool is if you turn on the cab lights, you can see what the passengers would see too, so that was kind of neat. Probably turn off the wipers too, since we're underground now. There we go. Then we can speed up. Alright, so now we're going to approach Terminal 1, which is Lindbergh Station. One thing I learned through going through this tunnel a couple times is to really slow down before, because it kind of just jumps up on you, so. And I can't show the doors because you can't go into the external view when you're in a tunnel, so we'll just kind of wait here. But if you wanted to see a little bit more detail of the station, you can rewind the video too if needed. We're gonna keep going through the tunnel for a short little bit of time, and then we'll be right above ground again. You can kind of see here too, I do still have the catenary in the tunnel, just a little bit different holes that I had to use in the underground system. So. So now we can see the light of the tunnel there. And we're back to the snow, so we'll get the wipers back on. Alright, so the next station we're approaching is Fort Snelling Station. So I just put this overpass here because there's a road that goes underneath it. What's kind of cool is there's a lot of different trees that are in this area over here. So right in front of us, you'll see our next station is the VA Medical Center station, and this is the hospital building here. One thing I'll show at the station that I think is really awesome is all the different cars that are in the parking lot. You can kind of see some of them here, but once we get to the station, I'll pan out and show all that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and... So yeah, here's the VA building here. It's from Google Images, so it doesn't look amazing, but... Yeah, just having all these cars. Google Maps had every single spot filled, so I just filled this up with all the cars here. And then you can still kind of see the forest in the back there, which is cool. I should also mention I also set up a couple scenarios, so you might see a couple other Blue Line trains come this way. I can check just to see if they're actually coming here. Yeah, looks like they are. That's good. Seems like the speed limit randomly decided to switch to miles per hour too instead of kilometers, so that's actually kind of helpful. I was wondering how it just could do that, and it did, so. Next station here is 50th Street, Minnehaha Park, so this is where Minnehaha Falls is here. Oh, I probably overshot it. Yep. That's alright. We'll just reverse, we'll pretend it didn't happen. There we go, that's good enough. So you can kind of see it coming now, but there's the other blue line train here. So this one's the one going to Mall of America. It's nice to have that extra scenario set up so it's not like you're just by yourself here. We should see one other one too once we get closer to downtown Minneapolis. Right next is 46th Street Station. And so on the left side you'll see this is a point where a lot of buses will pick people up and drive them throughout the metro area. I think as I mentioned in the last video, my wife and I stopped here one time and got on one of the buses here on the front and went all the way to St. Paul. So you can see, yeah, some of the few buses I threw in there just cause. And then this right here, this long road is 55, or otherwise known as Hiawatha. So I know when the light rail first came out, they called it the Hiawatha, or Hiawatha LRT Trail. But now that they've added the green line, they just call it the LRT light rail. So yeah, now we should be able to go a little bit faster since we're just going down this road here. And like I said, it's nice to have those cars. It just kind of makes it feel a little bit more realistic. You'll notice too here, until about downtown Minneapolis, a lot of the buildings are a little bit more crisp. So when I originally did the blue line, I just used a lot of the built-in train simulator buildings, and it worked. So I didn't really want to like redo this whole area just because it took a lot of time to put all those houses in and all these buildings. So I just kind of stuck with what it already was on there. Now we're going to approach 38th Street Station here. Now we're approaching Lake Street Midtown Station, which actually is over a bridge here. So you'll probably take like an elevator or escalator down to get down to like some busing that's down there. So we can be here. There we go. So as we keep going north here, there's going to be a little bit of a bridge that goes over this 55 here. And instead of being on the left side here, we're going to move to the right side. And usually this part's pretty level, terrain-wise, with the bridge up top here. But when I originally built this, I just built everything on the level part of the train simulator map, so I didn't really want to mess around with it and screw anything up, so I should probably slow down here because there's some bumps when you go up here. There we go. Yep, so now we should be on the right side here. This station's also over a bridge as well, so. Alright, so now we're getting a little bit closer to Minneapolis here. So these are, if you watched the previous video, these are those Cedar Riverside apartment complexes here. And then this is also the little depot that I built. So this is usually where all the Blue Line trains are stored. So it's in between Franklin Avenue Station and the next station, which is Cedar Riverside Station. Okay, let's keep going. So yeah, as mentioned, the Cedar Riverside Townhomes are right here, and the train depot on the left. If I zoom in there, you can start seeing the tip of the U.S. Bank Stadium there. I wonder if I zoom in. Yep, there's Minneapolis. That's what I wanted to see. It kind of works with the view distance of Train Simulator. If I go like this, oh, Minneapolis is gone. If I go a little bit in, Train Simulator is back. And I need to slow down because there's a station right here. I'll just open the doors. Good enough. So this one here is Cedar Riverside Station. You can kind of see the apartments in the back. Yep, there we go. Seems like this scenario got a little messed up with the track, so this train's probably going to stop until I leave here. something to fix later. So yeah, right here is, from the previous video, if you went to the left here, that's where the green line goes typically. So this is that three-way here. Left here a little bit, and we should be going into downtown Minneapolis now. Yep, now if I zoom out, it should stay in the render, or in the view, so that's good. So now we're approaching US Bank Stadium Station. So yeah, now most of the route should be pretty similar to the first video with the green line. The only difference is most of the station, or most of this part of the route, has the catenary involved, so. Next station is Government Plaza Station. Like I said in my previous video too for the green line, a lot of the downtown stops are going to have a lot more people on there versus like some of the stops that are in the middle of the route, so it might take a little bit longer for more people to get off, but it's all good. So right now in downtown Minneapolis, we're going down 5th Street. We'll go all the way down until Target Field, which will have two platforms, Platform 1 and Platform 2. Right now we're approaching Nicollet Mall Station. This is the first time I've actually done this snow. It's kind of cool to see how different it looks in the snow versus just the summer sunny weather. See, the cars are stopped on the side of the road as the train approaches here. Right. So this is Warehouse Hennepin Avenue Station. It's our second to last stop. Well, third to last if you consider Target Field Platform 2, but And you have to go a little bit slower because it is about 10 miles per hour here, so. As we go over this little bridge here, you can kind of see, this is going to be Highway 494 here. Or not 494, 394, sorry. And this is the road that goes into downtown Minneapolis here. I believe it's 4th Street if I'm thinking of my maps correctly. Right, so we're approaching sort of our final destination, but this is second to last, so this is Target Field Station, Platform 1. And I probably need to delete that random bus shelter over there. I don't know why I put that there. Alright, so now we're reaching our final destination, which is Target Field Station, Platform 2. Once we leave this, or we're done with this station, what I'll do is I'll turn the train around and show you what that would look like. Oh. Well, I close out of it, but that's pretty much the whole line. Sorry about that, yeah. So, yep, so typically that's how I get from Mall of America to Target Field Platform 2. Did not mean to close out of it right away, but otherwise, thank you all for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to put them in the bottom, and subscribe if you want to see any future videos on such as like how to create those Google images or Google Maps images, and then yeah, how to use Blender to get all that together. So I'll make some of those videos in the future. But otherwise, have a great rest of the day and take care. Bye.